There were trees, and there was low ground on three sides where you could look out and defend the terrain. And so he established the camp here in 1877. And then in 1882, they actually turned it into a fort. And for everybody who got a chance to come by quarters one last night, which I am very careful to say, not say my house, when you came by quarters one, which is the government's residence that we are very fortunate to get to hang out into for a couple of years. That was actually built, not the kitchen, if you got a chance to see the kitchen, it was built in 1884. That entire region, all the houses that go across Brownfield are all historic, and they were absolutely phenomenal. So we were very privileged last night to have you guys come in. And then after the 1880s, all the other camps here in Arizona closed down. So the only real remaining Army fort that is in Arizona is Fort Huachuca, and it's been the home for all kinds of great things that have happened through the years, from 1892 to around 1940. Through that time period, we had all four of the Buffalo Soldier regiments that come through. We had the 9th, the 10th, the 24th, and the 25th. The first two being Cav, and the second two being infantry regiments. And actually, the 10th Cav linked up with General Pershing in 1816 for the punitive expedition to go after Ponce Villa. So there's a lot of history. Actually, our dining room had the likes of Pershing, Marshall, to come in and have dinner there. So it really is a very, very special place with a lot of history. And even in part of World War II, this was a huge area where a lot of the training took place. There were two all-black infantry regiments, the 92nd and the 93rd, that actually trained as part of World War II. And then after World War II, the post kind of shut down for a few years, and then Korea came, and they reopened the post. And what they did at that point is they brought in a lot of engineers, and they used the engineers to come in and do training on airfield construction. I'm not sure it was Libby that they built at the time across the post, but that was kind of the rebirth in Korea when Huachuca started up again. And then in 1954, one of those signal officers looked around and said, you know, this place has got a pretty good climate. It's a good environment for signals and communication testing. And in 1954, the Electronic Proving Grounds was established. And what a lot of people don't realize is in that same time frame, they actually started flying UAVs. Back in the mid-50s, they had UAVs out here. And then in 67, the Strategic Communications Command was established. And then in 1971, the Intel School came out of Fort Holabird, Maryland, and was established here. For a number of years, the senior officer was a signal officer. And then in 1990, the senior commander transitioned over to Intel. And then the Intel has been the senior mission commander ever since. This particular area, the Lakeside Terraces, the Officers Club was built here in 1942. It was a fully integrated club by 54, and I can say that my first dining in 1984, was in the Officers Club that was located here. Unfortunately, funding being what it is, by 2004, it had kind of hit a state of disrepair where we couldn't use it any longer. It closed down, and then John Custer came here in 2010 and bulldozed the entire thing down.
What's up, Texas?
How we doing, guys?
The sound off has been handed down in true ceremonial tradition. colors have traditionally been at the side of the commander entrusted in a senior command commission officer. The purpose of the ceremony is to charge the incoming commander with the responsibility for upholding the unit's traditions and honors. Additionally, the passing of the unit's colors emphasize that the organization is more important than one individual, and even though a commander may change or fall in battle, fidelity to the organization and the colors remain constant. With the transfer of the colors, the unit's legacy is passed as a building block for future performance and achievement. Department of the Army, Headquarters, 111th Military Intelligence Brigade, Fort Huachuca, Arizona. By authority of Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumed command of the 111th Military Intelligence Brigade. Signed, Colonel Kevin R. Wilkinson. Honors the nation's colors as they pass in front of you. Fort Huachuca Select Honor Guard, led by Command Sergeant Major Anthony D. Whitney.